Hey everybody, welcome back. Brad Myers here with Fulton County Homes right here in Fulton County, Ohio. 20-year home inspector turned real estate agent with Harmony Realty Group. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you're notified of my videos that come out every week. Today I want to talk to you about radon, what radon is, how do you determine if it's in your home, what do you do with it once it is in your home, and the costs involved in getting rid of it. So stick around. Okay, so what is radon? Well, radon is everywhere in the atmosphere. It comes from uranium. Uranium is found in the rocks, soil, and water beneath all of our homes. There are different concentration levels of uranium found in different parts of the country. Fortunately though, here in Fulton County, our levels are relatively low. Okay, so over time, uranium breaks down and forms other elements. This is called radioactive decay. And radon is just one link in the decay chain of uranium. When radon decays, it emits radioactive radiation in the form of an alpha particle called a picocurary. It's a strange name for a little cancer-causing particle. Scientists estimate that up to 15% of all lung cancer deaths are directly related to radon. The Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, we've all heard of them guys, recommends reducing levels in the home below 4 picocuraries per liter of air. Okay, so how is radon detected? Well, because radon levels vary from day to day and even season to season, there are long-term and short-term tests available. The short-term tests last anywhere from 2 to 3 days, while the long-term tests, they can go on for several months or several years. Short-term tests are best suited when you need the results quickly for like a real estate transaction. Say you want to buy a house and you want to know what the radiation levels are. Well, this is the test you would use because it's a 2 or 3 day test. You seal up the canister, you ship it off, and within a week you get the results. The only problem with these short-term tests is you're only monitoring a very short window of time. The long-term test will yield better results because you're getting a much better idea of the radon content throughout several months or even several years. And whether it's short-term or long-term, both testing devices are placed in the lowest occupied area of the home. For instance, if you have a basement, that's where you'd put it. You'd put it down in the basement. But if your house has a crawl space, you don't put it in the crawl space because you don't occupy the crawl space. There are 2 common types of devices available, passive and active. Passive devices are generally used for the real estate transaction. They're just little round canisters, or sometimes they'll come in other forms, but they're just placed in the lowest occupied area of the home, set there for a couple days. They absorb any potential radiation in the home. You seal them up, ship them off to the lab. About a week later, you get the results. And the passive devices are generally do-it-yourselfer types. You can go to a hardware store, you can order them online. They're run about $25, $35 a piece. With active tests, however, these can also be used for 2 or 3 day testing, but they're more suitable for the long term, like I said, several months or several years. Okay, so how is radon mitigated? Mitigated is just a fancy word for getting rid of it. The most common type is the depressurization system. There's 3 common styles of depressurization systems used. Subslab, sump pit, and submembrane. The subslab is used for homes that are built on a concrete slab. There's no crawl space or a basement. You drill a series of holes through the slab into the soil, and then you lower vent tubes down into these holes. And then you run the vents up through the attic and out into the atmosphere. The sump pit style is very similar to the subslab, except for instead of drilling holes, you use the sump pit as the extraction point. You lower the vent tube down into the sump pit, you seal it off, then you run the tube up through the attic just like you do the subslab. And then finally the submembrane, that's really nothing more than plastic that's laid down into the crawl space and up the walls and sealed and then you lower the plastic vents down through the plastic into the ground, and then you run the vent up through the attic just like you do the other two systems. Okay, the cost involved in these different systems really depends on the type of house, whether it's a 2 or 3 story home or it's a ranch style house, but it'll run you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Okay, there you have it. Radon, how do you know if it's in your home? How do you get rid of it if it is? And the basic cost involved. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below and tap the bell so you're notified of my videos that come out every week. Thank you.